So, Rob, we're here in a gym to watch a bunch of Democrats talk to themselves.
Yeah,
They call it a convention. I don't get it either, but the Washoe County Dems are going to set some sort of policy platform today. Is that correct?
that is correct. And we are all here to unite as Democrats and set our policy and hear from all the candidates that are running in Washoe County and figure out who would be the best to serve us as an elected leader.
Yeah, enough about them and this artistically
Yeah,
painted steed here.
yeah.
Who are you, Rob, and what do you do in this state?
So I'm Rob Benner. I wear multiple hats in the labor world, but I'm the Executive Secretary Treasurer for the Northern Nevada Building and Construction Trades Council, and I'm also the Secretary Treasurer for the Northern Nevada Central Labor Council. So we represent all workers here in Northern Nevada. As under the Central Labor Council umbrella, we represent not only construction workers, but we represent nurses and firefighters and teachers and public employees and
Mhm.
anybody that's in a union we represent, and also we also represent the unrepresented, and fight for
So
them.
I'm kind of naive to all this. So as the Secretary Treasurer, you get coffee and then you account for the billing of the union. Is that what your title means?
Well, Secretary Treasurer is somewhat of a loose term in the labor world.
Uh,
So I'm responsible for keeping the books and the minutes and the business of each organization.
are these
But
titles because the mob was so related to unions before? We can no longer call you Boss Hog.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
The most frequent question I've ever gotten is,
yeah.
"What's next for the
Union
building trades? Are they going to have a CEO?" And I said, "They already have one. It's actually the long title of Secretary Treasurer." So
Executive Secretary Treasurer.
I am pardoned.
Yeah,
Oh, pardon me, sir.
okay.
But as the executive Secretary Treasurer of
of
building
the
trades,
trades.
you are the top guy. You're the
Yes, I am.
boss dog. And you
Yeah.
get to see from the top view out what's happening in Northern Nevada. So I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you, what's the now of the building trades in Nevada? And what might be coming next for the building trades in Nevada? Has everybody sort of got their tin cups out and no jobs left to do up here?
No, Northern Nevada right now is booming, booming. Um, so personally, I remember 2008 when, the Great Recession hit, which was more of a Great Depression here in Northern Nevada, or in Nevada as a whole.
I had a
During,
framing company at the time and
yeah,
it didn't make it, by the way.
yeah, at that time, we literally lost 2/3 of our construction workforce. We went from 150,000 construction workers here in Nevada down to 50. And we're only about, yeah, we lost 2/3, and we're only about, a little over 100,000 right now. So we still haven't made it back to where we were at before the Great Recession Depression that we saw.
Wow.
But right now we are booming with all the tech moving into this area, with the continued diversification of our region,
Mhm.
which we want to see continue, with high tech coming in, with the lithium loop. This region was designated a tech hub
Mhm.
through the previous administration. We received $21 million in grant funding to promote that tech hub initiative through
Okay.
UNR. And
Wait,
we
hold
are
on. You're talking about something that isn't like the new screens in the casinos. We have different kinds of tech than gaming in Nevada now.
Oh yeah, it's not, IGT is not the only tech company here in Reno right now.
Okay.
We are looking at, Google and Switch and all these big tech companies moving into this region, and setting up shop. And in order for them to do that, we have to build the facilities that they need to move here. That's
Mhm.
why, construction is so critical for our region.
Yeah.
That's why we need to make sure we focus on construction when it comes to, CTE programs in our high schools, when it comes to our apprenticeship programs that are accredited through the
Well,
local community colleges.
I'm going to ask an obvious but not obvious question maybe here.
Yeah.
If we had 150,000 construction workers prior to the Great Recession and no tech boom to build, and we only have 100,000 workers today,
Yeah.
are we able to keep up with the demand for the build out we have now in Nevada, let alone what's coming next?
Yeah, I mean, in the building trades, I mean, we not only we supply the workers for the large contractors here in this area, but we not only supply, but we also train the workers. We are
Got it.
training the next generation of workers. So right now, our apprenticeship programs are like going, our apprenticeship programs are just booming right now.
Mhm.
We're bringing in so many more apprentices than we had. For example, 3 years ago, the electricians had about 150 apprentices in their program. Right now, they're closing in on 600 apprentices. That's how
Okay.
much growth we've had. Their local has tripled in size. We are putting our members from Las Vegas because Las Vegas is slow. We are putting our members from Las Vegas to work up here because there's so much work. I mean, this region is booming, and it's not just electricians. We're talking about the plumbers, pipe fitters, the sheet metal workers, the iron workers, the cement masons, the laborers, all the trades. They're all bringing in
So they have their
more
own training
apprentices.
houses and they actually teach the skills on site that people need.
Yes. So the building trades model, I'd like to say we are the
Like
free.
rhythmic poetry, correct?
Right.
Just like the liberal arts colleges that we all love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is it sort of
Well-
on the ground, get it done, and get paid at the same time somehow? Is
Exactly.
that possible?
This is I like to say that our apprenticeship programs are a free market solution to job training. We aren't the ones we aren't our contractors. We are or the union building trades unions. We aren't going to the government asking them, hey, we need a trained workforce and you need to supply them. We don't do that. We actually train our own workers, and these programs are earn while you learn programs where you go to school and then you actually go out and work full time on job sites. So you're actually making money while you're going to school.
Okay.
Yeah.
But wait, hold on. I still have to.
It is a free education.
No, I was going to say I still have to take out student loan,
No,
right?
no student loans.
Okay. Well,
You come out debt free with a six-figure career.
so
And
this is
something called a pension. Which,
So this is
what's
crazy.
a pension?
So this is coming next to you guys. You're going to have these facilities soon, or is this the now of Nevada?
Now, our programs in the building trades have been around for 100+ years.
Okay.
The building trades, we were actually chartered in 1928.
Well, everyone's
We have
asking
been here
how
for
do you
almost
get
100 years now.
the signal of work to be done and the response of people are trained to do it. Close that loop. So you're telling me that you've already done this,
Yes.
and you don't need a new program somehow.
No, we had the programs are in place. We don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Rob, I'm going to tell you, we're at a political event. This is where you
Yeah.
suck up to people to get new money. If
Yeah.
you already are able to do something, I don't even know why you're wasting NextNV's time, guys.
Right.
You're already ready to train, ready to deploy, and you already have how many people in the field, maybe?
Yeah, we represent right now. We're probably pushing 7,000 or 8,000 construction workers here right now.
And the lag between them getting one job and the next is months, years?
No, like an hour.
Okay, so business is good.
Business
People
is
are
moving,
working, and
yes.
you need more people coming in, maybe?
Yes,
Or...
and these opportunities are the opportunities. We like to say, we are a pathway for a lot of individuals to get into the middle class.
Yes.
As soon as you start, you're earning, a lot of our programs start in the mid-20s plus healthcare.
Yeah.
And our programs are structured so that you get raises every 6 months. Our as apprentices go up, they're getting steady raises. Everything's structured. Where exactly you're going to be in 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
And then when you turn out, you're looking at right now you're looking at making 6 figures plus your healthcare, plus your pensions, plus retirement, all that stuff, and a free education, no debt,
I mean,
no debt.
So I get to trade in at least $30,000 to $50,000 in debt for what sounds like a boat and a good time
Yeah.
every weekend if I
Yeah.
just learn a skill and actually apply myself.
Yeah,
Man,
correct.
that could be what's next for Will Adler. I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. This
Yeah.
this job sucks compared to that, Rob.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you the big one. This is it, guys. I'm gonna say Voldemort live on this pod. What do you think is next for data centers here in Nevada?
Well, we'd like to see now. We acknowledge that there should be some guardrails, and they need to pay for themselves. But they are creating a lot of jobs, a lot of construction jobs, which is keeping our economy going right now. If it wasn't for data centers and the AI boom here, like across the country,
Yeah.
the economy would probably crash.
But
That is what is
luckily-
coming. That is what's keeping us going nationally and what is keeping us going here locally.
Really?
Yes. We have it is right now like
I was told there are 0 jobs attached to a data center. That literally you
yeah.
put them in there, the robots sort of run the thing,
eh,
and it's just an economic black hole. So you're telling me somebody actually has to build these things
Yes.
first.
Right. Yeah, we have to build them first. Like I always say, if we can't build it, they can't come. How are we going to diversify our economy if we can't build the facilities that these companies need, not just tech, but any other, any other industry? How are we going to build these facilities that these other industries needs to diversify our economy so we don't see what we saw in 2009 where Nevada was in the Great
Yeah.
Depression?
One trick home pony fell
No.
off a cliff. Home building
Yeah.
died. I could no
Yeah.
longer swing a hammer.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing this, guys. But yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I think Vegas too. I mean, I really wish, Vegas would be, could, would have, or I really wish Vegas would, have been able to diversify their economy as
Mhm.
much as we have because,
Yeah.
right now tourism's down because of whatever,
Yeah.
right? And, Vegas is slowing down, but we're booming. And that's
Yeah.
because of, the initiatives that Northern Nevada did, 10, 15 years ago to make sure we put us on a pathway to diversification.
And with Nexen V, we're part of the University of Nevada, Reno. We look at the lithium loop,
Yes.
we look at drones, we look
Yes.
at all these new technologies coming. And a lot of them are actually associated or affiliated with
Yeah.
data centers in a way. They
Yeah.
do want to be close to
Yeah.
the well of data, as it were. Do you think this will give us a competitive advantage in the future to make the next growth happen in the next? Because
Yeah.
everyone kind of says, Sandoval sold the farm to
Yeah.
get Tesla here. But it seems to have worked in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. We still have a lot of growth going on and
Yeah.
a lot of people building those things.
Yeah, yeah, no, President Sandoval, he had a vision back there 15 years ago to diversify our economy, and he made it happen with Tesla, bringing Tesla in. And a lot of people forget that he actually brought Apple in before Tesla. Apple started building their data center a year or two before Tesla was even talked about. And then we get Tesla, and then now we have all this high tech moving into the area,
Yeah.
creating great construction jobs. And I also too like back on the maybe edit this in a little bit. Back on the data center, back on the data center topic. The
Yeah.
data centers are coming in. They are coming in, creating a lot of high-paying construction jobs.
Mm.
But once those jobs are over, yes, they might not employ thousands of people, but
But
they employ the jobs that they create are high paying, and because they don't employ as many people, that's less strain on our infrastructure, that's less strain on our roads, or that's less strain on our housing. Like right now we're looking
Mhm.
at a housing crisis. These facilities don't require a lot of employees, so there's less strain on housing. But on the bright side, these things are huge tax cash cows for
Yeah.
tax revenue. These things are cash cows for tax revenue. They are bringing in much needed revenue into our municipalities to fund our schools, to fund our infrastructure, because right now our local municipalities are struggling
Yeah.
because of our property tax system right now. But these data centers that are coming in, these tech companies that are coming in, they
Mhm.
are generating a lot of revenue and bringing a lot of money into this state.
And it's been said to me that once you build a data center, it's done. But I've interviewed a few data center companies. They said, well, actually, once you change out the servers, you have to wire them all over again.
Yep.
There's maybe a thought that if we get to have a critical capacity of data centers, not just one company but several,
Yeah.
maybe the skill set will be localized here to the point where we'll be that place they turn them over all the time. But
Yeah.
it's more than just the one build out, the one topic, and
Right.
maybe the reality of Northern Nevada is sometimes you do want less traffic on a road in a certain area, because we're kind of stretched on our infrastructure today. So
Yeah.
if I were to ask you, what's the next thing that maybe data centers, the governor, or collectively the people in this room could look at? Data centers are the now in Nevada. Is maybe the next in Nevada is how best we embrace them, or maybe ask them to do more
Yeah.
when it comes to that regional build out? Because if they're short on power, Does that not mean that you just
Yeah,
have more guys
that's
ready
what-
to build
that-
them more power, Rob? Right?
Exactly. I mean, they're creating other problems that are going to need to be solved for, and we're more than willing to solve for them because they're going to need they're going to need that power infrastructure.
Mhm.
They're going to need and somebody's got to build it, and that's going to create more jobs. So it's not just even the jobs when they say short-term jobs of data centers. Not really, because once you build the data centers, then you're going to need the infrastructure to support those data centers, which creates even more jobs. And it's just this, compounding, and the more construction we have, the more opportunities for individuals to get into the building trades, to get high paying jobs,
Yeah.
6-figure jobs. And not too many people are coming out of college making 6
Yeah,
figures.
yeah, that's what we call boat money, young guys and gals.
Yes.
Boat money is possible with a union and a professional trade job. And it sounds like, no offense, but UNR's got some competition. Maybe skip the college, go for the boat money, and
Yeah.
get a training at the old electrical workers. But you're number 601 in line, I just heard.
Yeah.
And the time when I toured that training facility, there was 72 people there, by the way. So
Yeah.
this is the new Nevada, but it's also maybe what's next for Nevada.
It is what is next for Nevada.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being here today,
Yeah.
Rob, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it, and we'll have you on again
Yeah.
with Next MV.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
Punch the donkey.